as you can tell by the title, I will be doing a follow-up video from my previous video, which was my suicide story. And today, I just want to let you know how I overcame it and the process of me finding myself. So, for those of you who have not watched my previous video, I'm just going to do a small summary just to catch you up and so that you can better understand what I'm talking about. Almost 3 weeks ago today, I was in a situation where I felt suicide was the only option, and that basically stemmed from always feeling as though I wasn't good enough, or feeling as though I gave too much of myself and didn't receive anything in return, or feeling as though I was neglected or just not important enough, basically. And so within that situation, I was taken to a psychiatric hospital where I was around people who were schizophrenic and people who had actually tried to take their lives by cutting themselves. And basically that was just a very traumatic experience. I had never experienced anything like that. I have never been around anyone that was schizophrenic to my knowledge, and so it was a lot to take in, and it was very overwhelming. However, it was an eye-opener, but it did affect me afterwards. And so once I was released from the hospital, I often found myself in moments where I didn't want to be bothered with anybody. I just wanted to be alone. I didn't answer my phone, didn't text anybody back. I often slept a lot, and it just basically put me in a shut down state. And so that probably lasted maybe a week and a half, where I was just shutting people out. But since then, I have basically, I just had to prove to myself that this isn't it, and I had to actually teach myself that no matter what you go through, suicide is not the answer, and that there's people that's going through things worse than I was, and they're still here and they're still pushing. So although I felt as though that was the only way, I really had no right to feel as though that was the only option. So here I am today, almost 3 weeks later, and I am completely happy. Like, I have completely restarted my life, so to say. I had to learn what makes me happy, and I had to learn what's important and what's not, and I had to learn my triggers. I had to know what triggers me to feel as though I'm not good enough. And I just had to be honest with myself to know, yes, I love myself, but I was not loving myself to the best of my ability. Meaning that anytime I put myself in a situation or a relationship to love somebody else, I often love them more than I love myself, which ultimately gave that other person so much power over me that if they did anything, it affected me so much that I felt as though I wasn't doing a good enough job, or I just wasn't good enough for that person, when in all honesty, I've always been good enough. That person just wasn't capable of receiving the love that I was trying to give. And I'm okay with that now. I just had to realize that I am still young. The person I was dating is still young. And although the idea is to grow together, sometimes you have to grow individually so that you could be a stronger force as a unit. And so, with that being said, I no longer question why he wasn't there, or why he still haven't reached out, or why he's avoiding me, or any of that. I really just don't care, okay? I don't care at this point because I have found the light at the end of the tunnel, and I just had to tell myself, Kiara, you know what? You were doing fine before him, and you're going to be great after him, okay? So, with that being said, I wish nothing but the best for my ex, and I still have love for him, and I just want him to be great, but we're going to be great separately. And if that means we never cross paths again, so be it. And if we do, so be it. You know, like, I don't have any hard feelings towards him. I won't, you know, use this experience as a way to say that he caused this, because he didn't. This was something that I have had within me for a long time, and it was just certain things that he did that triggered those emotions. And so that's really just what it is. I forgive him, and I forgive everybody else that has ever made me feel neglected or not good enough or unimportant. And I can say I really mean that. Like, I really do forgive everybody, and that's a huge process in my healing process. And I'm not completely healed. I still have my moments where I think about even being in that hospital. But as far as anything after that, it's a day-by-day process. It's a step-by-step process. And I'm just taking it for what it is. And instead of looking at it as a bad experience, I'm looking at it as a learning experience. And I've learned a lot. I really have. And the one thing that I feel I've learned the most is that all storms, you know, all storms aren't meant to destroy you. Some storms come into your life to clear the path for you to be a better you, and for you to do what you're destined to do, and for you to do what your heart desires. So that's the way I look at this traumatic experience that I encountered. I look at it as a blessing. I look at it as, you know what, you had toxic situations going on in your life, and it's time for you to remove it. And since I didn't want to remove it on my own, God gave me no choice, and he took it out on his own. And so now here I am today, completely focusing on Kiara, doing what Kiara likes, doing what Kiara loves to do, whether it's writing, talking, listening to music, whatever it is, Kiara is doing it, and I'm doing it with pure intentions. I'm doing it with positivity. I wake up every day just feeling so rejuvenated, just feeling so happy that I'm here first and foremost, but I'm just completely happy that I have the support system that I have, my friends and family, and it just means so much, and it just makes this new journey that I'm starting so much more significant and so much more important to me, because I literally got the chance to start over, which a lot of people don't. And so it's a lot of negative that you could see in the experience that I went through, but that's not my main focus, okay? So I just want to tell you all that even though you could be in such a dark time, there's always room for positivity. There's always good that can come out of bad. And I'm learning that. And I'm actually having fun learning these new things that aren't so new to me. Like, I knew it, but it's one of those, you have to experience it to fully understand what certain things mean. And so that's pretty much my experience right now. And I'm just overwhelmed. I'm overwhelmed with joy to know that I got a second chance, and this time I'm going to do it the right way, and I won't be that person to hold on to my past. I want to let my past motivate me to make my future so much brighter and make it so much worthwhile, and just live my best life, okay? I was not living my best life. I'm sorry, my chair's squeaking. But I was not living my best life these past 2 years. I was so wrapped up in pleasing other people that I wasn't really pleasing myself. I was literally going to school, going to work, and then whatever time I had left, if I wasn't asleep, I was with my ex-boyfriend. So I wasn't really living. I wasn't really doing what Kiera wanted to do. Kiera wanted to go to poetry slams. Kiera wanted to go hiking and go bike riding and take trips across the country. I want to do all of that. But for some reason, my life had become just so stagnant. And now, there's no limit. I have no kids. I have no boyfriend. It's just Kiera. So Kiera's finna make things happen, okay? That's what's gonna happen. I'm about to just take off. And so I really wanted to make this video because I know there's people that still wonder, like, how is she coping? And, you know, and all I could really say is I'm taking it day by day. I'm allowing myself to feel how I feel. And I'm just being appreciative of the things that have happened that were good, as well as the things that have happened that were bad. Because had those things not happened, I would not be who I am today. So I am very thankful for those things, and I am very thankful for the lessons that I am learning. And I just feel good, you know? Like, I finally could smile again, and I finally could wake up and go to sleep without worrying about somebody else. And I'm finally free. I'm finally free, okay? Like, I have nothing stopping me at this point. Nothing. And so, it feels good. And I just wanted to share and show that it feels good. Like, I'm just completely... Oh, child, I'm just completely happy, okay? And so, within all of that, I moved from Nashville. I'm back in Chicago, and I'm about to start working. And I do plan on moving back to Nashville in a few months once I feel comfortable enough to live on my own. And once I do that, your girl will be going to esthetician school so I can start being a freelance waxer and working for myself, because Lord knows I can't work for nobody else. I'm sick of it. But hey, everything happens when it's supposed to happen. And I feel like right now, God is letting me know, like, look, it's time for you to take control, and you gotta let that ship sail, honey. You gotta let that thing go. And that's just really what it is. And I just want to spread positive energy. I don't want any negativity around me. I don't need nobody that's not out here grinding around me. If you don't have a hustle, a dream, a goal, whatever, I don't need you around me. I just don't. Okay? I just want to be around people that just want to live, okay? I want to travel. I'm young. I am 21 years old. I should be traveling the world, going to Barcelona or something, okay? So that's what the goal is. The goal is to live your best life. And like my shirt says, the only thing I want is everything. I'm coming for everything, okay? I'm not stopping no more. Relationships, I'm not bitter about it, you know. If it happens, it happens. If it don't, it don't. But it's not a priority. And I just want to say, one thing that my ex-mom told me was always keep yourself first. And that is something that is really hitting home for me, because like I said, I always give so much, and I literally will put everybody before Kiera. And then when it's my turn, I'm burnt out. Like, there's literally nothing left. So that right there is helping me. Like, that one phrase isn't the only thing that's keeping me going, but this definitely, when I wake up, I gotta remind myself, Kiera, keep yourself first. And so that's what I'm doing. I'm keeping Kiera first, and I'm just going to, I gotta put my stamp on the world, okay? I gotta let people know Kiera is here. and Kiara's here to stay. Suicide will not be the reason why I'm no longer on earth. And so I just want to thank everybody who gave me words of encouragement and who supported me, and everybody who expressed their love for me and that I'm important. And just I want to thank everybody who watched my previous video and shared their thoughts. I really appreciate it, and I hope that this video I just hope this video lets someone know, whether it's 1,000,000 people, 100 people, 1,000 people, or just one person. I want you to know that there's light at the end of the tunnel, and that no matter what you go through, you can make it out. You just have to be willing to put in the work to make a difference. And that is Kiara, and I am out.